All right, you guys know I talk every week about a pressure plan, a pressure plan, a pressure plan. Always having a pressure plan and knowing how you're going to handle these pressure situations. So thought it was a great example in this game. Brian Flores, the Vikings defense against the Lions, and being able to handle the pressure plan. What you know when you play Brian Flores is he's going to do this walk-up defense over and over again. And there will be times that they run out of it, and there will be times that they pressure from it. But the bottom line is they're going to overload you. And so you have to decide how you're going to block it. Okay, so for me, the way that I would block it is this is Harrison Smith down here. I would try to locate him. Oftentimes he's on one of the edges. He's a safety. Doesn't mean he doesn't blitz. He blitzes as much as everybody else, but I'm going to identify the extra guy. So I know how to handle the extra guy. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Harrison Smith is the 7th guy here. Okay, we've got the 5 offensive linemen to block, and then we got Jahmyr Gibbs back here. But I'm going to identify it. Okay, so as I come out, my eyes are on 22 down here at the bottom, and if he comes, I'm hot. Okay, he comes. There it is. I've identified it. I've made it easy. Okay, and it's almost what is happening here with the Lions. Okay, they're identifying this. Harrison Smith comes, boom, replace it with your hot. There it is. There's your hot. Throw it to him. Life is easy. Okay, and there's your hot pressure plan. Okay, now Jared Goff has a plan over here, but what I want you guys to understand when the team's going blitz zero, what blitz zero is there are 0 safeties back here playing zone to help on the back end. It is man to man across the board. Okay, good blitz zero teams like Minnesota, you'll notice they don't necessarily sit inside leverage. They could be a little inside, they could be outside. A lot of times they're sitting outside, but what do you notice about all of these guys? What do you notice? Where are their eyes? On their guy? No, their eyes are on Jared Goff. Why? Because they know we're going to pressure. He's going to have to throw quick. Okay, so when he throws quick, we want our eyes on the ball, so when the ball comes out, we can jump it and make a play. Thus the reason as they run this combination here, it's a tough combination. Now, not necessarily a bad combination, but it's a tough combination because if you have to throw it quick, eyes are on this guy and he can come off and make a play. Okay, so here, right there, you see them. They're already starting to break because they understand this is where the throw is going to go. Okay, the other part that I don't like about this is I want to read whoever my hot guy is. So he's turning away from Harrison Smith here, even though that's the hot guy. And what happens is Van Ginkel, who doesn't have to pressure here, who's not my hot guy, he stops and he's going to be the one that knocks it down or creates an issue there on the throw, and it leads to the sack, right? He's jumping there to knock it down. These guys are squatting to jump that, and now we're going to get hit and sacked when our throw into the pressure. And when I say into the pressure, I mean into the free guy, because I can look at him. I know everybody else is blocked. I can watch 22, and if he drops out, I know I'm not hot. I can just play the play. If he comes, I can see him. He's in front of me. All I have to do is negotiate him to make the hot throw. We don't do either here, and we get hit in the back for a sack because we don't have the proper plan across the board, and we don't answer it correctly. Okay, here's a situation I put on here. It's not the walk-up defense, but here's the reason I put it on here, because I just am so tired of watching this. So tired of watching this. Now, 43 here, Van Ginkel, is going to be the hot guy. In other words, nobody is going to account for him. I don't know if somebody's supposed to, but nobody is. So what are we going to do? We are going to chip him with our tight end, chip him. Okay, I'm just going to hit him. Okay? And then we're going to let him go, and he's going to be a free hitter on my quarterback. Like, what are we doing here? Like, either block him or release so I know that I've got to throw it hot off him. Quit chipping the hot guy, because we chip him and now you're not out. What happens? Like, look what happens. What's he going to do? He's going to run and sack us. Like, I just don't get it. The quarterback looks over there and he gets chipped or blocked for a second. Okay, I'm not hot. Plus my hot guy's not out anyways. So I'm going to go back and play the play. And then we're going to let the guy go and we're going to let him run to us and create havoc. What are we doing? Gosh, I'm sorry. This fires me up. What is the quarterback supposed to do? What is his answer? Why are we simply chipping a guy and then letting him go without having answers behind it for the quarterback if he comes like he does and like I see those guys do every single week, and your quarterback's a sitting duck for another sack? All right, here we go. We're going to walk up again. We're going to walk up again. Here's 22 for me. Okay, so if it's me and I got 22 back there, I got 6 guys blocking again. Okay, so however we're going to do that, we're going to go 1, 2, I'm going to let Jahmyr Gibbs go there, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to block those 6 guys right there. 22 is my guy, okay? 22 is my hot guy. If he comes, I've got to beat him with pressure. Okay, so let's watch. Let's play this out. Boom, there he is. He's my hot guy. Okay, so good job, Jared Goff. Now, I'm not going to throw this little bubble right here with the guy sitting out there. I'm going to throw the hook. I'm going to attack him. I'm not going to allow him. I'm going to be able to throw it around him. Much easier to throw it around him when you're throwing up the field than when you're throwing a screen. And so even with the screen, like that to me is not the throw you want. You don't want somebody going sideways to throw as you're hot, especially against blitz zero when these guys' eyes are back to the inside. There's your hot throw right there. But at least the idea was right. They're figuring out and identifying, okay? So he knows, hey, 22 comes, I'm hot. Just don't like the hot throw. Rather have more of a vertical here. As you see right there, there's your throw. There's the one. Soft coverage, okay? This guy's eyes on me. I'm going sideways. Even if we complete that, unless he just makes somebody miss, we're not in a great shape for our hot anyways. And so we got to get a positive play. When you're throwing a hot, you need to let the defense know, hey, when you bring pressure, we're going to get a positive play. We're not just going to complete it, get tackled. We're going to get a positive play. But at least they identified it right here. Jared knows who his hot guy is. We just don't get a completion, so defense wins once again. So again, this is a theme. Like, this is what they do. All right, here they are. Everybody walked up again. Where's 22? Here's 22 for me. Okay, so that's normally where I'm going to go. Now, because of this particular look, they've got a tight end over here. So I don't know what the individual tight end route is there because what I would do is, again, I would identify 22. So if 22 comes, I would need my backside receiver to run some sort of an adjustment, what I call a side adjust if he's a solo receiver, off of 22. So he knows, I know. Okay, the other way that you can do it is you can go, okay, on this particular play, we've got 3 receivers to the right. So my better hots are going to be to my right. So we could change this, okay? And I could say, okay, here's what we're going to do. Offensive line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to let Jahmyr Gibbs go to 22 here. And now I'm going to keep Van Ginkel as my hot to the front side because I've got my 3 receivers to the hot side, okay? So either way, we've got to slide and leave one of these guys free. Who are you going to leave free? That becomes the question. Quarterback needs to know, and then we need to know what our answers are in that particular case. Okay, so let's see how Detroit does it here. Okay, so in this particular look, what happens? All right, 22 is right here, and he ends up dropping. Okay, so in this particular look, great. He drops. I'm in great shape to the backside because I know he drops. I know we have everybody else protected, and we're good to go. Okay, we got 4 strong. Now, I don't know what Detroit's doing here and why they're leaving a guy in the A gap on the backside free. Okay, so it looks like here they're going to release, free release. So let's watch it one more time. Looks like they're going to free release Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, so that adds a whole nother element to it. Okay, it also looks like they're going to block the tight end on the backside. Okay, so if that's the case, all right, so we've got 6 blockers again. Okay, and then everybody else is coming out the front side. So if that's the case, then I definitely have to block backside. So however this works, we are going to slide everybody backside, and we are going to take care of these 6 right here. Van Ginkel's going to be my hot. with my vertical or with Jahmyr Gibbs or whatever I'm going to do there. All right, what are we doing? Why are we turning to the front? Like, again, we're not identifying it right scheme-wise. So we got guys coming free in the A-gap. We got guys going to nobody. I need to define where my hot is based on who we're blocking. Is it backside? Is it front side? Who is my hot guy? And in this case, it would be Van Ginkel, and he's dropping off, and that's usually what you're going to see. If they're going to overload one side, they're going to drop somebody off from the other side. So we're identifying that. We're a mess here up front because we're not clear in who we're identifying. We leave an A-gap player free for Jared Goff. Now he makes a great play right here to run through this and make a play down the field, but we're making life so hard on our quarterback because of our scheme, how we're blocking it, and what we're not making available to him. Over and over and over again, okay? So here we go. Okay, 22 is actually out here now, okay? So he's out in a safety position, so he's not a part of the mix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 7 guys here. How are you going to protect it? Okay, we need to know. Okay, I need to know if my tight end. Now, here's the thing. Okay, let's run it real quick. Let's see, are they blocking the tight end on the backside? They are blocking the tight end on the backside. Okay, so in blocking the tight end on the backside, we've got 6 guys. Okay, so I've got my 3 receivers over here to this side. So when I've got a 3 receiver set, I like to slide away from that because it gives me more options. Plus, I have my tight end blocking. You're going to block here. You're going to block here, 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 here. We're going to squeeze this. We're going to squeeze this. And I'm going to be hot off of a defensive end type player. I get it. Not my favorite. But when they walk up like this in the A-gaps, you've got to leave somebody hot. I want the furthest guy away from me hot. So I'm going to leave that defensive end hot, and let's see what he does here. Okay, he peels. He peels. Okay, and again, he's probably supposed to be coming, but he's looking for the hot right there. But no problem. He peels. It buys me time to be able to read down the field and make a throw because he's trying to play the hot. Great. That means I would have everything else blocked up except this guy. Are you going to come right now? Are you going to try to slough off? Are you going to drop? What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to peel out looking for the hot? Great. I'm going to have time to be able to come back and replace this right there. But what do? We screw it up again on the backside. Like, what are we doing? Like, we got 6 guys to block. Okay? And if this guy's blocking, I can't leave this guy free here because nobody's going to be able to recognize, right? This would be my only solo receiver back here. He's not going to be able to recognize if that guy comes or not. I get it. They're probably thinking he's playing man-to-man on that tight end that's blocking. So we're just going to book him and think that he's not going to blitz. You don't know this defense. You've got to slide one side or the other. You've got to define who the hot guy is for your quarterback, and you got to go. Like, you got to play. But Jared Goff's looking over here to the left, seeming to think that they're going to block everything to the right. They don't have it blocked, and now he's getting hit once again, and it's not that hard. Like, it's not that difficult, okay? Yes, we have to have hots built in. We've got to have these guys recognizing what's going on and being ready for it when they walk up in this blitz. But we have got to protect one side for the quarterback. So he's not looking one direction and they're coming another direction. And this was the theme in this game. And you see it every single week from this defense. And they got no answer, right? They got nothing going on here that they can do in the hot. Nobody's looking. Everybody's running down the field. And Jared Goff has extra guys coming and takes another sack. I mean, it's crazy. You play this team twice a year. You've seen it for years. Okay, here we go again. We got everybody blocked up. Okay, Kurt, what are you going to do? Okay, where's 22? Here he is. He's down as part of the box. I am making him the free guy. Okay, so again, we'll have to talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So regardless, even if the tight end and the back stay in, I can only have 7 guys available. So what am I telling him? I'm telling Amon-Ra St. Brown, okay, if 22 is on your side, he is. He's right here. If he comes, I need you to side adjust it, okay? So you're my hot guy to the solo receiver side. If he comes, it's what we call a safety blitz, okay, because we're identifying him as the safety. So that gives us the ability to, if all these guys are staying in, we can block everybody else. Okay, except 22. He's the guy that has the lights on his helmet, and that's the guy we're looking at. Amon-Ra, you're right there. Okay, I don't care what route you have, go route, deep in, cross route, whatever. If 22 hits it as you come off the ball, I want you to run a slant. I want you to run a hitch. I want you to run a quick out. I want you to run a go. But that's why just you and me. Everybody else is blocking their guy. All I need to see if I'm Jared Goff is, does 22 come? If 22 comes, I have to answer it. If everybody else comes, we should block it because we're defined in who we're blocking. Okay, so let's watch it. What are they going to do? Okay, there it is. Okay, everybody else does it. Okay, so they block everybody else except their tackle goes and blocks 22, leaving 43 open here. And then what do we have on the back end? We've got nothing. We got nothing. They have us overloaded, and everybody is running down the field. And what's Jared Goff to do once again but sit back here like a sitting duck, throw it up, have an interception because we have no pressure plan and answer how we're going to block it, how we're going to answer it with the quarterback and the receivers, and it forces quarterbacks to do dumb things like this, just throwing it up in the air, hoping that we can hit it, and it turns into one of their 6 turnovers on the day. Oh, but wait, there's more. Okay? It's all over the tape. And why wouldn't it be? If I'm Brian Flores, why am I not doing this over and over and over again? Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? We've got 7 guys. We're only going to have 6 to block. I'm assuming they might have a tight end block here. This is Jahmyr Gibbs. He's probably not going to block on the edge. Let's run this and see how many guys are blocking before we break it down. Okay? All right, so they're just chipping the 2 guys on the edges. Okay, so they're chipping here and they're chipping here. Okay, so now I've got to have an answer for this with 6 blockers. Okay, so how are we going to answer this with 6 blockers? Okay, what we're going to have to do, or what I'm going to do, okay, so this guy's a down lineman here. Okay, so the tackle is going out to the down lineman. Okay, the back has to go to one of the linebackers in this particular case. Okay, so he's going to go, for me, I'm going to put him on the first linebacker right there. Okay, then the guard is going to go here. The center is going to go here. The guard and the tackle are going to come down, and that's going to leave me with Van Ginkel as my hot. Okay, not necessarily how I would like to do it. Okay, but that's what I'm going to do because they're walked up. I'm going to leave a defensive end as a hot. So let's just look at it from that perspective. Okay, so if they do that, Van Ginkel comes, boom. I got to throw it, and I know I don't like the chips. I don't like the chips on hot guys, but I'd have to throw it to Jahmyr Gibbs right there, okay, and I'd have to live with it. Okay, that's my hot guy to that side if I do it that way because Van Ginkel came. And again, we're trying to pick up everything. They got too many guys there, so we're going to step down, and then we're going to try to block out. Can't do it. Can't do it. Guys are too good. You can't do all of that, and that's what happens. We try to do that, and we're just going to meet at the quarterback in trying to do that because we're not solving the problem. Okay, the other way we could do it is we could go, okay, I got 2 receivers down to the bottom. So I'm going to go here, here, here. I'm going to let my back block the other A-gap right here, and then I'm going to let this tackle sift, and he'll do what we call a big duel. Okay, so he will big duel these 2 guys. So if they both come, he'll take the most dangerous. But he's going to sift back, and he's going to read those 2 guys. So if only one of them comes, he blocks it. If 2 of them come, then I'm hot to this guy right here. Okay, so that's probably how I would do it with my back to this side in a 2x2 set. So if that happens, let's look at it. Okay, now what happens? They don't bring 2. This guy drops out. So that's my hot guy. That's what I'm looking at. Are those 2 guys coming? Nope, they're not coming. We are blocked. I'm in great shape, and I can play football because I don't have anybody unblocked in that situation. And I don't have this stuff happening because all I'm doing is identifying one guy. You guys block everybody else. Coach, tell me who I'm responsible for. You're responsible for the Sam linebacker. If he comes, okay, and again, because of this situation, if he comes and the defensive end comes because of how they're set up there, because the Sam's inside, if they both come, you're hot, and you just replace it with the hot throw that we give you to that side. Whatever that throw is, okay, in this particular case, it would be a flat. This guy comes, he's not there, there's my hot throw to the flat, and I'm going to take that throw. Instead of trying to do all this, hey, they got more guys than we can block, but we'll try to figure it out and we'll solve all the problems. If they don't bring everybody, we'll be able to handle it. Will ya? Nope, you won't. Because you got to look inside and then you got to try to get outside to the speed, and it's not going to happen, and we're going to meet at the quarterback and create another fumble. So here we go once again. All right, where's 22? There's 22. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. Back's going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. 22's on me. If 22 comes, and whoever's out here, if 22 comes, he's your hot guy. Okay, hopefully we have something built in. If we don't in a 2x2, then you've got to adjust it. But I'm looking at 22. 22 comes. 22 comes. There's my hot guy. Here's my hot throw. Take it. There it is. Throw it to him. Throw it to him. Give him the ball. Now, he wants to answer it to the other side. I'm okay with that. Like, it's okay sometimes if you've got a hot to the left and you want to beat it with something to the right. Okay, that can happen if you've got a quick throw. Okay, but again, what happens is because these guys aren't my hot guy and I'm not reading them, I know I'm hot off the other side, I have to throw it. If I look back to Harrison Smith over here and he does one of these where he starts and then he stops, now I'm looking at him because he's my hot guy. I can adjust accordingly. I can buy myself some time. I can negotiate him. But when I'm looking the other direction and I know there's a hot guy coming from my backside, I have no time to hold the football and negotiate or I'm going to get sacked. So I got to throw it. And the guys on the backside, they're going to rush, knowing the overload's to the other side. Boom, we're going to stop and we're going to knock it down. And then look at the guys on the back end, right? Guys on the back end, look at them. They're reading and jumping already because they're reading the eyes of Jared Goff. So it's identifying who your hot guy is, making it simple, and making positive plays. It's negative play after negative play after negative play against this pressure. So Brian Flores is going to do what? Bring it again. He's going to do it one more time. Right? Where's 22? 22's on the backside. Okay, 22's on the backside. So again, we can decide. It doesn't always have to go to 22. I just like 22 because he kind of runs everything, and I know it's easy to note where he's at. And so if I was doing this, boom, 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 back's going to go here, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go there, and I'm going to read it off of 22. And I'm going to point at my fella out here and says, hey, 22 comes. 22 comes. You're my hot guy if it's not already built in. Okay, so let's watch. Here he comes. There he comes. Okay, and what are we going to do? Okay, there's our hot. We throw it into the ground. But the idea is, right, okay, that there's this hot guy, okay, and they've got this out and this go, but he's reading the eyes once again. And so Jared gets worried and Jared tries to throw it around him and just throws it into the ground, okay? The other thing that we talk about in Blitz Zero is if I know I've got something like this going on and I know these guys are peeking back at me and I know 22 is my hot guy, what I'll do sometimes is what I call a retreat technique, that I know that guy's coming free. And I will catch the snap and I will retreat. It was almost like I'm going to turn and run away from him for 4 or 5 steps, and I'm going to eye this guy. I know I'm hot there, and I know I've either got the go route or the out route. I'm going to retreat. And if I can get that outside guy to just hesitate a little bit, if he thinks I'm going to throw the out and he hesitates like this, boom, like that, right there. If I'm retreating and running away, okay, I am going to retreat away. 22's coming at me, but if I can see a little hesitation here, I am just going to quick set after I retreat, quick set, and I'm going to lay the ball up back here where there is no help, and I'm going to take a shot down the field to prevent them from being able to jump the underneath stuff. Like, can't always do it, but that to me is the technique where a lot of times when we get Blitz Zero, we like to attack the middle of the field. We like to throw posts in the middle of the field because there's no help there. So if you have a post or a middle throw, it's retreat, 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 quick set, lay it up. Okay, because it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. And so again, there's nothing wrong with this quick out right here. Take the quick out, throw it. Okay, you got your hot, that's all good. But knowing that these guys have jumped this and they're squatting on these things, what you'd love to do is be able to maybe buy a little bit of extra time and see if you can make them pay. Oh, they're going to jump? I'm going to buy a little bit of time and I'm going to lay it up down the field and maybe steal a touchdown off of this. Okay, but that's one way to identify it. Okay, the other thing we could do is I could go, okay, the way I want to do it this time is I want to turn everybody backside. Okay, we'll big duel this front side, this guy to this guy. I'm going to put my back on 22, and now they've got the same combination here, and now I'm going to use the front side as my hot guy off of too strong. So these two guys both come strong. I'd be hot to the strong side. Okay, they both come. All right, so I would be hot again. Okay, no problem. I would want my tackle to squeeze this, leave the outside guy coming free, and I'd throw my hot over here. So I'd be hot either side depending on how you do it, but you have to identify it and know where your hot is, and you got to make them pay for the hot. I mean, I got 11 of these on here, 11 from this one game. Okay, so same thing. Everybody's up. There's 22. I'm going to identify 22. That means you guys have everybody else. You guys have everybody else, and 22 is going to be my hot guy. Okay, so I'm going to drop back, and I'm going to look right at 22. Here he comes. Okay, boom. There's my throw. There it is. Not hard. There's my hot throw. It's right in front of me. It's all off of 22. Nope. We got guys on edges. We've got two guys turning out here. We're leaving the A gap free. I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Like, what are we doing here? Okay? Block it up. Boom, boom. Know exactly who you're going to. Back's got 51. Okay? Boom, boom. 22. Furthest guy away is my hot. Here's your hot throw. Answer the questions. Instead, we're just all over the place. We're leaving guys on edges. We're allowing guys to boom. And again, I don't mind this answer. Okay, they're going to run a little quick skinny post. All I would say to Jared is retreat a little bit more. Okay, now granted, they leave the A gap free. I'd like to think that if they leave this guy free, I'm going to beat that with the throw if I'm Jared Goff. Probably will. But just buy yourself a little bit of time, then quick set and let this thing go. But I'm not mad at the throw, right? Because you see, that's going to be a good option. If I can lay that out here with a little bit of outside leverage and hit him, that's going to be a big play. Problem is, we didn't identify the pressure right up front. We've been doing it differently every single time and leaving guys free. Boom. We mess up one more time because we don't block it. I mean, hopefully you guys are getting the picture, right? It's the same stuff every time. Here we go again. Where's 22? There's 22. So just like I said, that's what I would do is I'm going to leave 22 free. There he is. He blitzes. Boom. Coming out. Okay? But what do? Boom. They come off again, and they're going to hit my quick out before I can get there. Big hit on my receiver because I don't know. I don't know how we're blocking it. I don't know what I'm doing. There's another guy in the B gap coming free, and I got to just let it go. Buy time, retreat. Number 7, hesitates. Boom. Throw your go route there if you can. Boom. All right, so let's see what happens here. I mean, I don't know what. Okay, so it's crazy. These guys are coming this direction, and then this guy's going all the way out, and we're leaving the inside guys free again. It just makes no sense. Okay, you're going to take the back, and he's going to go over to this side. He's going to go there. Okay, so now the offensive line, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22's free. Don't pass up anybody to the inside. Know who we're leaving free, and he's got to be one of the outside guys. Got to be one of the outside guys. Gosh, we leave the B gap free again. And so Jared's getting hit, so he can't hold the ball any longer. Gets it out, gets the receiver hit right there. Man, okay. All right, now I'm going to give you guys an extra cheat, okay? An extra cheat for how I would handle blitz 0, okay? And so what I would do is, I just need you to envision this because I don't have the right look on here, but I need you to envision this tight end out here by the numbers, okay? If that tight end's out there by the numbers, then this guy is going to be covering him out there. Okay? So those bodies are still out of there, but we still have an extra defender right here. Okay? So still, we remove one, they remove one, they still have an extra one. The extra one is 22. What I used to do against blitz zero teams is I would take my tight end over here. And if I knew it was blitz zero and it was the walk-up, I would make a specific call, whatever it is. Let's just say we're going to run this exact same thing again to the outside. Okay, so that's a goat call, a go and an out. Okay, so goat, goat, goat. And with that goat call, what it does is it tells the tight end that you are going to motion across the ball. You are going to motion across the ball, and you are going to block 22. You're going to motion across the ball and block 22. Okay? Now, how does that give us an advantage, Kurt? Well, we have to remember that this guy here is covering him. So when he starts out there and then we motion across, okay? And again, it could be 22 or it could be the end man on the line of scrimmage, whoever it is. You're blocking the end man on the line of scrimmage, okay? So we're going to motion the tight end across, and we're going to expect this X to motion across with him because he's got to cover him, right? He's got to cover him. And then as the tight end's motioning across, we're going to snap the ball when he's in motion, and we're going to let him block 22. So we're going to have all of those 6 guys protected, and this is going to be the extra guy. The guy that's coming across to cover him is going to be the extra guy there. And so we do that because what is hard is when we're stationary like this, you notice everybody is up in a gap, right? Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. So they're as close to the quarterback as they can possibly be. By setting a guy out here that has to cover, okay, so let's just, I guess we could do it the other way. So let's just say we're going to use Amon-Ra St. Brown to do this. So here's the guy covering Amon-Ra St. Brown. So if we know that 22 is free for us, we're going to motion Amon-Ra across this way. So this guy's going to go, and then we're going to motion Amon-Ra back to this side. You're going to block 22. So this guy's chasing him from back here and covering him man, and we snap the ball, and we've got all of these guys protected now. The only free guy would be this guy, what we call has to be an add-on or a green dog, okay? Because he's covering man. When his guy blocks, he can add on. But if we're going to add on from depth, what does that do? It buys the quarterback extra time because this guy now has to come from depth and hit it. It buys him an extra second or two to be able to see these combinations, okay? So if we had this combination and we were able to come here and buy my quarterback an extra second, what does it do? It allows him to see this corner now because he knows he's got an extra tick for that green dogger to come. I'm going to look at 7. I get back and set. 7 starts to drive. I've got that second to lay the ball up, over, down the field and make them pay for their blitz. Okay, so it's adding an extra blocker on and forcing these guys on the defense to think about how they're going to solve the problem, how they're going to add the extra rusher to it, and if it buys me any extra time, boom, I got a chance to hit that skinny post. I got a chance to hit that go. I got a chance to buy time and hit the post by simply adding on and making them have to figure out what they're going to do there. Okay? And so that's just a cheat that I used to use all the time. If I was seeing a team that ran blitz zero a lot, I would add the extra guy on. I would have some combinations that would attack blitz zero, probably a combination that would attack blitz zero and attack cover 2, because one of the things they love to do is run out of this into cover 2. So I would have an answer where this guy comes across, you're blocking 22, 22 runs back to the deep half, boom. Now we're going to release you into a cover 2 concept there where we've got the answers to both parts of the problem, and I'm not just having negative play after negative play and hit after hit on the back end.